Hey, what's going on, everyone? Henry Kaminski here from uniquedesigns.net. And today I want to continue the series of the building blocks of branding. And today I want to talk about brand personality. How do you build a brand personality inside of your business so that you can get people to actually resonate and connect, with your business and brand so that they actually want to buy from you as opposed to their competitor. So what I want to do is I'm going to share screen and I'm going to walk you through this quick little exercise to help you understand and build the proper brand personality inside of your business. So before we get started, let me just get this nice and big for us, get us down to the brand personality, and we can get this party started. All right, cool. So it's all about personality. So in this video, I'm going to take you through the necessary steps to create a consistent and compelling brand by three things: defining your brand's attributes, developing your brand's voice, and reaffirming your brand's values. So how do we do that? Well, I'm going to walk you through the steps right now. So I'm going to put me over here. And then, so brand personalities resonate with people, and people love to do business with people. So we got to keep that in mind, right? So when we're building out our business, we want to make sure that our personality is an offset of our brand's personality, because essentially it is in reality. And we want to make sure that we're not trying to put on this front, because it's very hard to fake it. And people want the truth. They don't want you to create some fake personality just for your business. And I'm going to tell you something. It's not going to work long term. So you want to make sure that your brand's personality resonates and is congruent with your own personality, because you are the driver of the ship. Remember that. So brands with an authentic identity are easier to remember, and they're easier to communicate to your audience with. All right. So customers become more loyal and feel that they can trust the brand when it has a personality behind it. Okay. And brand personalities also teach customers how they should be using your product or service and how a company should fit into their lifestyle. Remember, it's about your audience. And I'm going to tell you right now, guys, your audience knows. You cannot fool your audience. Your audience knows the type of personality you're putting out there and whether or not it's for them or it's for you. And so and I say this specifically about the content that you create as well, the messaging that you create for your audience as well. They know what content is valuable for them and is created for them, and what content and video is created for the brand itself. And so you definitely want to be aware of that at the end of the day, okay? Because you can't fool your audience, and you don't want to fool your audience. They just want the truth, and it's your responsibility to give it to them, all right? So I'm going to walk you through 3 quick samples on how to look at other great brands that have great personalities. And we're going to dissect why they have these great personalities to begin with. And so first, I want to look at Etsy. For those of you guys that aren't familiar with Etsy, Etsy has a great business. Etsy has, it's for the creative. It's for the folks that are good with their hands. They're good at making things. My wife buys from Etsy all the time. Right. And so it's got this personality of honest, unique, hardworking, grassroots, really hands-on, really custom. Right. And they portray that. This is their Instagram profile, and they portray that very well inside of their social media identity and in their brand overall. Beats by Dre is another great brand. And their personality is young, vibrant, trendy, rugged, right? And all of their communication, when they're connecting with their audience online and offline, demonstrates these key personality traits. Okay. And then last but not least, FedEx. When we think of FedEx, they're corporate, they're reliable. We're going to FedEx this over to you. FedEx has now become a verb, right? And they just have this personality of it's going to get done and it's going to get done on time. And I don't know about you, but that's what I buy. I buy confidence when I'm out there buying, products, services, whatever. So this is a 3 great examples, okay, of brand personalities and how they do such a great job with establishing their personality. So imagine your brand as if it were a person, okay? And I want you to look deep inside of yourself because that makes this process a hell of a lot easier, okay? So look at yourself. How would you identify, how would you articulate your own personality, right? How do people perceive your own personality? And how is it being articulated through your business? So let's look at the American Red Cross, for example, here. The overall brand attribute is caregiver, healing, nurturing, resilient. When there's massive disasters, when there's tragedies all over the world, from natural disasters, for example, American Cross are the first to show up, right? And they're there to give care, right? Look at Apple, their brand attribute is sage, the critical thinker, the expert teacher, the thought leader, the innovator, right? It's very, very straightforward, right? And very clear. Disney, magical, charismatic, dreamer, transformative. Powerful attributes here, okay? And then the U.S. Army, superhero, brave, competitive, protective, right? These are great attributes to have, and not only to be aware of them, but to communicate them to your audience. So you shouldn't be putting anything out there on social media or anything out there online that doesn't align with your brand's personality, okay? So let's take a peek at how we can sort of look at your brand's personality in these spectrums. And I use these target, this target illustration here because we want to dial in, right? And we want to know exactly where we fit on this T-scale, right? So are we more personable and friendly, or are we more corporate and professional? Do we position ourselves as important, or do we want to be looked at as not that important, right? It's very, very important that you know where your brand fits on these brand spectrum scales. Now, the next one, how important is this to your business? Do you want to be more on the traditional side of things, or do you want to be on the more modern side of things? Okay? So pay attention, because this is very, very important. Because if you're coming out real modern looking, but you have a traditional message, there's going to be a disconnect there. There's going to be a huge disconnect there, and that's going to confuse your audience. All right? Are you towards the feminine side of things? Are you towards the masculine side of things? How important is this inside of your business? All right? Are you accessible to all? Or are you upscale and exclusive? Right? So look at JetSmarter, for example. They have that, it's the monthly, or it's the membership service to private aviation, right? My wife and I were a couple years ago, we were members. And the upscale and exclusivity that they made you feel as a member was awesome. Now, the only reason why we canceled the membership is because we had little baby Dante, and we said we're not going to be traveling as much, right? So we cut the membership, but we plan on going back because they provided a great user experience, and their brand personality was straightforward. They were very upscale, they were very exclusive, and they made you feel that way, and that was very important, right? So They got their personality dialed in jet smarter. I give them props for that. The other thing is, are you more of the conservative, non-techie type, or are you the cutting edge and innovative type? How important is this inside of your business, inside of your brand's personality? Okay? And, oh, freaking out over here. And then here's an exercise that I really like to play with my clients when I'm walking them through this particular exercise. And it's the this, but not that exercise. So what I want you to do is take out a sheet of paper, take out a Google Doc, I don't care, and write down what you think your brand attributes are, but are not. So look at the examples here. Tech forward, but not tech dependent. Conservative, but not uptight, right? And so what I do is I make my clients go through this exercise 3 or 4 or 5 times. And we start to really get down to the nitty gritty. We really start to dial in on brand personality types. And when you can get focused on that and really start to define your brand's personality, then you're really going to be able to articulate your brand's voice. And I feel like entrepreneurs in 2018 are struggling with this the most because they have so much information coming blasting at them every day that it's very easy to lose your brand's voice. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. And the next thing you know, you're just talking in circles, confusing the hell out of your audience. So we want to dial in on our brand's personality first so that we can articulate our voice second. And so in the next video, you will see how we start to articulate your brand's voice and really get that dialed in so that it resonates with your target audience. So that's all I got for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. If you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, go ahead and do that now. And I thank you in advance for that. Drop some comments below. If you have any questions, drop them down below and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as possible. So have an awesome day, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video.